Slamming beats for troubled times. It's Breakdown FM. Music at its best. On all day play.
How we doing it? We want that clean air. We need that good food. We need to raise our children with that good water. That good air. Oakland, California. We need a real mayor. Let's go. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on 8th of October. A toast when my granddaddy came sober. Fingers in the toe, now I'm supposed to help the little black boy grow. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beaten cause the girl loved drama. Single parenthood, where I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl. Just name a man, same father with the first, but you don't give a. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you and tear out your hide on your side while the baby make a slide. The mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, run, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama gets married in the house. Listen, positive over negative, over woman and master. Mother queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell me what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God.
Davey D hanging out with you this afternoon. Here we are in Oakland, California. And standing next to me, somebody, man, who doesn't really do a whole lot of interviews, but we're lucky to grab him.
You are the best. Cut this beat because you are so fresh.
We're talking about the one and only Chocolate Boy Wonder, the one and only Pete Rock. How you doing, fam?
I'm here, bro. I'm here out in Oakland, you know, supporting the cause of clean air. You know, I came out here with CL Smooth. He said a nice little 15-minute speech earlier about clean air and how important it is for us as a people to have our children exposed to clean air and good things in the earth, green thumb. And, you know, I'm just loving the weather.
And you were talking about just earlier, because we were talking about the types of food, my diet, man. You was like, man, I don't put none of that junk in my thing. So you're healthy living, man.
Yeah, I try to do the best. You know, sometimes, you know, I just feel like eating right is the start to something beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, man. You know, I got to ask you, because when we talk about producers in hip-hop, you know, you are inevitably in the top 5. You know, we're going to hear Dr. Dre, we're going to hear Primo, you know, then it might be a switch around with a couple, but then, you know, inevitably Pete Rock shows up, you know, in the thing. First of all, how do you feel about, you know, having that sort of status, and how do you keep yourself re-energized and re-innovative with all the new cats, with the Ninth Wonders and everybody else that are now on the scene?
Yeah, I feel good about, you know, how I'm perceived in hip-hop, and I felt like I've done a lot, and people have learned a lot from me. And all the new cats like Ninth Wonder, Knots, the Dillas, you know, all those kind of people was, you know, came from my school, you know what I'm saying, of beat making. And, you know, I could say I came in the game and kind of made other producers step their game up, you know what I'm saying?
You know, one of the things, I remember listening to the remixes, that there were a couple of them that you did on Public Enemy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know, did you ever sit down with Keith and those guys and compare notes? Because I never been in the studio with you, but I've been in the studio with them, and I knew how their process was. But did you learn something from them? And I think that...
I mean, we worked in the same studio, you know, so I used to sit in on sessions and talk to everyone, all of them, Keith, Hank, you know what I'm saying, the whole Bomb Squad, man, you know what I'm saying, and just sit there and just have conversations with the producers and the engineers, and you know, which got me intrigued even more to, you know, do what I do, you know what I'm saying, and I was fortunate enough to land a remix with Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying, one of the best ones out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. What did you think you taught them, and what did you pick up from them?
I picked up a lot of how they just combined music together and orchestrated it in a way where, you know, people was receptive to it, and, you know, I wanted to do the same thing but kind of in my own light and maybe just match everything that I'm making, you know what I'm saying?
You know, like nowadays, we have a lot of folks that are using bands. You know, we just saw Too Short hook up with Martin Luther and a bunch of people, and they're doing the band thing. And, you know, if we didn't know better, when we were listening to a lot of your stuff, it almost sounded like, you know, you went out there and got the instruments yourself. I don't know if you did or not. But nowadays, with the band playing such a major role, how have you adapted to that, and what role do you play?
I just like to find great band members like guitar players or drummers. Like I would put together a ridiculous band if I was to produce a musical band, like with musicians and band members. I think it's very important. I've adapted to it. I know I can do anything when it comes to music, whether it's sampling or live. So, you know.
Do you play instruments?
Yeah, I play the bass.
Okay. And then lastly, if you had to put together an all-star squad right now, God came down from the heavens and said, Pete, you got to put together the ultimate album for me. I need you to go get an all-star squad. Give me 12 tracks. Who do you start pulling?
Oh, man. Anybody from Nas to
I mean, as a producer to go along with you.
All-star
squad of producers.
Premier, Knots, I would say Jay Dilla, I would say, oh man, there's so many. The Beat Miners, I would say DR Period, I would say, oh man, there's so many out there, man. There's so many out there that I would make an all-star cast and make a bomb album.
And as far as the MCs, who do you really like to, get down with and, ultimately produce?
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really singled out. I'm working with whoever wants to work with me.
That's real talk. My man, Pete Rock, man, always a pleasure. This is a legend in the game, man. People can learn a lot from this brother. I know most of us came up, if anything, man, as I just close out, I think, musicology, musicianship, being able to just have melodies and all that, I think that's one of the biggest contributions I think you brought to the game.
Yeah, I love the fact that that I was able to start something in my room and share it with the world, you know what I mean? And just showing people versatility in the music and not pigeonholing myself to one sound and spreading my wings.
There you have it, man. We are out for now. Peace. All right.
How y'all feel out there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Check this out. Gotta show love. Gotta show love to the animals, to the trees. Yeah. You need that good music to work with. Here we go now. Put the funky record for me and the crewing. Say what? Come on. Put the funky record for me and the crewing. I'm like telling you straight on up. Feel the vibe when it's bumping in my trap. If the good fellas live on screen, how you protect the black queen. Taking my time from the black or black crime. Cause the night mega hits, Victoria runs out of secrets. Doing trials and latex lifestyles, boo. I make you call my name and ask who it belongs to. Brand new CL and Carmel living well. And never cease to flip the hottest timepiece. Now the legend increases into a great truly activate. So in every escapade is a penny raid. You know the rules, slipping on their muse so we can settle with that woman that can take me to that next level. Lay down the guns and make sons we can teach from the horseback rides and the walks on the beach. And if you got big feet, I won't cheat. I'm in the strictly black girls when I rock it on a different year.
Right now, man, we've been hanging out backstage. My man, the one and only CL Smooth, taking pictures. Brown Buffalo in the building. Green for all in the house. A lot of folks. Man, I got to ask you, first of all, you're in Oakland, California. It's a special day. Not only is it 10-10-10, but it's also the day in which we broke the 13-game losing streak against San Diego. For the record, could you please let everybody know what team you like to ride for?
Well, I'm rocking with the Oakland Raiders today because, that's what I do when I come there. I roll with the winners, and today it was all about a winning day. It was all about the home team, and the home team lay victorious.
First of all, how you been doing, man? I'm gonna walk with you to your car, man.
Sure, I've been hanging in there, man. I think I love life. I'm living good. Everything is good. I'm loving life, man. I can't ask for much more. That's why I could come to Oakland, California, and soak up the air. And I'm here for a reason and a movement. Clean on conservation and this energy talk.
Last time we talked, man, we was talking about the economy before the economy hit. And one of the things that you said, you said you made good investments over the years.
Right.
And you talked about, man, basically I bought my block.
Right.
Here we are in the worst recession in years, since the Depression. And we're also dealing with being in a city, 30% unemployment. How do you get your grind on these days when you're looking at situations like that? What could you tell to somebody who's coming up right now?
Well, I'm just saying, sometimes you got to take a step back to take 10 steps forward. You know what I mean? And sometimes that takes, abstaining from certain things that you would normally do. So you would have to put yourself and surround yourself with more positive people that could get you where you need to go. So, once you surround yourself with more positive things that happen. You know what I mean? Everything is a chain reaction to things. So that's what I like to do. I like to keep myself around people who are much more positive, and much more positive things happen. If I surround myself with the neighborhood and allow the neighborhood to suck me into certain things just to fit in and get along, then it's like a puzzle. The pieces don't fit. So I want all the pieces to fit, and I want an opportunity for people to have the same way and have their own mind and do it their way, because it's important that you do it. You have your own mind and your own business ethics and your own business sense.
As an artist and as a writer, how do you keep yourself fresh in terms of, just penning the type of, emotions and keeping the soul that we've always associated with you when we've heard you do your thing? You haven't seemed to fall into the trap of going in other directions.
No, because I take life more seriously. I know life is beautiful. I know that there's young men out there dying every day that didn't get an opportunity to live life. So for me to take for granted that, or assume that, I just don't love life is beyond belief. Life is good when you treat it good. Life is sweet when you treat it sweet. So we don't want to ever fall into the cracks of life isn't good. It's all in how you treat yourself. It's all in how you treat your insides, and whatever's in your insides, allow it to grow, because we're all beautiful. We're all beautiful individuals, and in one capacity or another, we all have the talents to be beautiful. So don't let the world and society and economics fake you out of your happiness and good life.
Lastly, as we get ready to close, you and Pete coming back, the reunion tour and all that. What's that like, with y'all,
It's an everyday process. I mean, like I'm saying to everybody, everything isn't a cakewalk. You know what I mean? Everything isn't as easy as pie. It's a process. You have to work at it every day. It's like a relationship and a marriage. You must work at it every day, because at any point in time that you take for granted that it's going to be this or be that, that's when you're going to fail. So you just got to keep your eyes on the prize, keep yourself motivated and in tune with what's going on, and most of all in tune with yourself and your spirituality, and you can get something out of life. And the whole thing about absorbing what I'm saying is just listening. Sometimes we don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers, but if we can listen and we can observe what's going on, then maybe we might process ourselves out and wonder why CL cares about Oakland, California. Why would CL care about Oakland, California? Because I automatically think that when you say California, everything is just much more cleaner and much more brought out front in a clear perspective. You know what I mean? So when you come here and they tell you that it's not clean, that the energy's not right, that they're not being treated good, that they're trying to put this Proposition 23 in effect of not giving the people what they need to have this nature and everything that California stands for, you have to take a stand, man. And just like I know yourself and I know other people who come from here, this is why I'm here.
That's real talk. As we get ready to close out, much appreciated, man. We're going to catch you tonight at the Mezzanine, so we'll definitely build some more. Yeah. And then, your favorite song, man, out of your whole catalog, if you had to pick one that you said that really represents the essence of where I'm at right now,
I would have to say it's Straighten It Out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's where I'm at right now, because our generation and the hope for the world, that's what it's all about, man. Straightening it out and putting it into perspective. You know what I mean? We all need to be put in a perspective and a medium where we can grow as a people.
Okay, well, there you have it. We're gonna head on out with Straighten It Out. Pete Rock, CL Smooth, we are out, brother. I'll see you tonight.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just a little bit louder. Just a little bit louder. Well, I can't hear you. Well, I can't hear you. Just a little bit louder. Say what? Turn it down, Foxy.
WBRKD. Breakdown FM, where we break down news, views, and the hip hop movement. All day play, all day play, all day play.
They got beaten because the girl loved drama. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl. Just name a band, same father with the buzz, but you don't give her. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you and tear out your hide on your side while the baby make a slide. The mama got wise to the end.
And standing next to me, somebody, man, who doesn't really do a whole lot of interviews, but we're lucky to grab him.
You are the best. Cut this beat cause you are so fresh.
We're talking about the one and only Chocolate Boy Wonder, the one and only Pete Rock. How you doing, fam?
I'm here, bro. I'm here out in Oakland, you know, supporting the cause of clean air. You know, I came out here with CL Smooth. He said a nice little 15-minute speech.
We gon' miss the 5 kids, run, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama gets married in the house. Listen, positive over negative, over woman and master. Mother queen rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell me what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God.
Davey D hanging out with you this afternoon. Here we are in Oakland, California.
Slamming beats for troubled times. It's Breakdown FM. Music at its best. On all day play.
How we doing it? We want that clean air. We need that good food. We need to raise our children with that good water. That good air. Oakland, California. We need a real mayor. Let's go. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say big back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on 8th of October. A toast when my granddaddy came sober. Fingers in the toe, now I'm supposed to help the little black boy grow. 18 years younger than my mom.